Yeah, it's like my past videos, and once saved, always saved there. I kind of got little flagged, and I'm exposing like a lot of these falsies, false converts or Christians. I still get like a branded coward there, as I see what's going on in countries such as well, like the countries that not be named, countries in Nigeria, countries Somalia, especially Sudan, and a lot of these Islamic countries where Christians are very persecuted, and a lot of times they are put to death for their beliefs. And they don't get the luxury on us Americans that we have in with the United States, where we can display our views openly. It's like the people in of course I mentioned China, and if you mention the movie China Cry, where goes through the story with people facing a really bad oppressive government persecuting the believers for their beliefs, and they do mean take great lengths to go cover an underground. And of course, there are underground churches in these countries, like Nigeria, the country that shall not be named, and things are just so fine cleaved, and all this push of this globalism and all this talk of this great is absolutely abominable, and it's all about tyranny, more government control, and a worldwide genocide. And you think things are now. Wait till a few years from now, and you're gonna be seeing how things are as this whole thing reaches such a critical mass. And I did mention years ago on Zimbabwe, things what's going on with South Africa with the apartheid and all these farmers being ran off their land, persecuted, and other things going on as well. And that's what been coming here. Of course, with all that, with the great and also food shortages, things that going on with the rail train derailments, or with the East Palestine, Ohio. It could be end up becoming another love canal that was went on in the 1970s there in this New York community by the Niagara Falls region. And with that is this thing you really need to be thinking about. But with all this historic history and scripture, with when Jesus was crucified on the cross, and right after that, the Apostle Peter denied him 3 times, which the Lord Christ which predicted him before he was put on the cross. And after that, he's kind of wept there. if he boldly like proclaimed that he was like one of those disciples or like apostles of Christ, or do you think it would be having like the Gospel of Peter right now? We'd be reading there in our Bible. That's something to really think about. And like, would these Christians like that facing oppressive regimes such as like North Korea and like during Stalin and Russia, there was a lot of persecution going on there, and with the compromise that went on with the churches there during Adolf Hitler during World War II, which a lot of like atrocities was done against the Jewish communities, and a lot of like people like sided with like Nazism, and it's like just totally evil. The thing is, like, what I'm gonna mention there is a lot of these people are wicked. It's not a clown show. That's like absolute wickedness. It's like churches like the Westboro Church, the Westboro like Baptist Church, wicked. Like these other people, pretty much the Roman Catholic Church, wicked. The church like with Stephen Anderson and his heretical views, wicked. And those people like that all support like December 25th. There was that dude. It was like say, oh, Jesus was born on December 25th. No, that's like a Roman Catholic invention there. Wicked. 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 But like, but that regress there. But the thing is, like, there, which you need to really think about, is like, do you want to be like a surviving there, or just end up being statistic there? Now let's look what this like back what happened the 1990s or during the Waco disaster with the Branch Davidians, which I had a discussion with one of my associates who was like in the roofing business, which he was for it. They're going down there to stand with them there. And I did mention to him that I said no. It's like a really bad situation. It's going to end up being a bad end result there, which I kind of knew it was going to be turning out there. And if so, this guy was like a married man. And like if he ended up didn't listen to me and went down there, he might have been probably not surviving there. Of course, like he had a wife and kids there that would have been whittled, and like a child be fatherless there. There's like some things to be mentioning there. But this is like a Williams Rossi. It's like we might need to shake the money tree. If you're looking for ways to earn money from home, send me an email on my website, dominicture.com or privatewealthfocus.com. Yes, there's a really bad Christian genocide coming to America. But thing is, like with all these wars, rumors of wars, there's things going on with Nigeria, Sudan, all these Muslim countries. I think that is like not like the big concern about what's going on with our country. Even back in 2006, during this war on terror, there's like embedded Islamic groups that were radicalized in 13 states of the United States, but that's been expanded, and now they say like they're all in 50 states. So, come to think of it, like you want to be inconspicuous, or what they do in China is they hold their meetings in secret. They done that like right after Jesus' Joseph crucifixion there, where they had to meet underground. Same way with the Nazi Empire, which a lot of churches were compromised and they made a deal with the devils. But if you look back like on Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini back in 1871, where like outlines like the First World War, forget all of this stuff that brought on like the Fatima miracles in 1917 and the other like over like Portugal, whatever it is. It's like the First World War was to be brought about to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the czars of Russia and make the country a fortress of atheistic communism. And if you look back at the Third World War outline of like the letter, where like it says like we shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, as we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and the most bloody turmoil. This is like brought about there with Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini, and Albert Pike was a 33rd degree Freemason. Of course, with Giuseppe Mazzini was like pretty much Italian revolution leader in the mid 1800s, as well the director of the Illuminati. But I digress on that. So it's important there to remain conspicuous there. I'm not asking you to be like a coward there, but the thing is, if you like show there, openly display your affection for Christ there, you would normally be arrested and taken to trial, or even put to death there, as well as what's happening with all these Middle Eastern countries. So they had to have underground churches, meet in caves and all that, and undisclosed locations. So the thing is really important there to ask your pastor, is this church a 501c3? And if he says, yeah, you better find yourself a home church that's not a 501c3. And if he's going off the third rail, like with all these false doctrines, once saved, always saved, along with the new apostolic reformation, started by all these other malcontents that so want to deceive the world. But this thing is pretty interesting on this letter. The letter of which the Rothschild Investment Group partners with the Vatican to rebrand communism as inclusive capitalism. But we all know, they want to be shoving us into such a utopian cataclysm that was pretty much reminiscent to the days of Plato, which I said that 20 years ago, which a lot of people can't really comprehend the Genesis 6 narrative, and they certainly can't take back and wrap their head around on Matthew chapter 24, when Jesus said as the days of Noah, so the coming of Son of Man. What was going on with the days of Noah? Were those of the Nephilim there when the angels came down, the procreate with women there, creating such a hybrid race there, which turned out to be abominals. And think that is with the Nephilim, they haven't really gone away there. And how do you explain all these UFO sightings, these disappearances in the national parks, the abductions, the cattle mutilations, all this nonsense going on with the great and such a global pushes them to just a Nazi style lifestyle. And who was the creator of communism anyway? That was the Vatican. And who partnered with Nazism in the 1933s there with Adolf Hitler? That would be the mainstream churches there, along with the Vatican. But people are just oblivious to history, and so they go off on the third rail, promoting all these false doctrines. And it's pretty plain to see there what's going on, and apparently these people need to wake up. They need a double shot of that espresso coffee and their spiritual life. But this is William Drosky reminding Shake the Money Tree. If you're looking for ways to earn money from home, because they're gonna shove Johnny Cab up our arses, or to make us the ride to Johnny Cab that's totally operated by AI and artificial intelligence. There, send me an email or reply with email, social media. Locals, Rumble, Gab, up on Gab, the social media such as Smooze, as well as Facebook there, and USA Life.life, and MeWe. Shake the Money Tree and share this video and far and wide.